again, book lovers! It's me, your favorite book-loving homosexual, Raimskie. And welcome to another book review for 2021. Sorry, I'm missing out on that. So, I know that it's been quite a long time since I've done another book review, because for the past few weeks, I have been reading a lot of graphic novels. And if you guys are following me on Instagram, and if you saw my very first reel on my Bookstagram account, you would have known by now that last April, I read more than 10 graphic novels because I'm a voracious reader when it comes to graphic novels, and I completely forgot that I am a voracious graphic novel reader. So, which is why I haven't done any book reviews for quite a while now. And also, one of the reasons I haven't done any book reviews is because I haven't heard from you guys of what you think of me doing book reviews of graphic novels. And the lighting is kind of off right now because it's a little bit cloudy today when I'm shooting this video. So anyway, I'm so sorry if my face is going a little bit dark and a little bit light at times. I'm sorry. Anyway, so for today, I will be talking about, or reviewing rather, Camp by L.C. Rosen, or if you want to call him by his other pen name, it's Lev A.C. Rosen. I don't know if I'm going to be talking how this story flows throughout the book, because I might give out the plot line if I'm going to be talking about how the story went all throughout the book. So, I'm just going to give out, I guess, a few hints on how the story went while I was reading it. And I must say that this book is one fun read. It's one of the best reads I have read this year. I guess one of the best fun books I have read so far in my entire life. It's fun. I've said that already. It's so sunny and it's swoon worthy, I guess you could say that, and it woos you. Am I using that word properly? Yeah, I guess if you are into a fast romance, I guess, because I myself am a sucker for a slow burn romance. So then this book is going to be for you guys. So anyway, so this is how the story goes. First things first, all you have to remember if you're going to be reading this book, or if you are going to plan on reading this book, please do remember about Camp Outland, because Camp Outland is the only camp in the book universe, I guess. It is the very first camp that I have read that is queer-centered. It welcomes every single kind of queer that you can think of in this book. So the characters in this book is completely diverse. You have transgender characters, and one of them is a coach or a counselor, I guess, in the camp. And some of them are NBs. I've just learned that NB means non-binary. It's spelled as ENBY. So yeah, they're non-binaries. There are a lot. And you have drag queens, of course. I love drag queens. Although I'm just a Drag Race fan, not a drag queen fan yet, I must say I love the representation of drag queens here. There's lesbian. There's, of course, homosexuals like I. But not my age, of course, duh. And what else? Bisexuals. Oh, and there is even an aromantic, asexual character here who I just love. And, okay, I'm just going to say it. She's a little bit bitchy, but sweet. Sweet yet bitchy, and I love her. So yeah, all kinds of queer are represented in this camp outland. The story goes like, there's only one point of view here, actually. There's only one POV, and it's through the eyes of Randall Kappelhoff. The story goes like, Randall is known by his friends as a fat, long-haired, nail polish, makeup wearing theater kid. And he has this long time crush with the hottest boy in camp, whose name is Hudson Aronson Lim, also known as Hal to his friends and to the entire camp, actually. So, going back to Randall or Randy, he loves to dress up a lot. Like, he always has a fan with him wherever he goes. And he wears dresses that are sequined, that has sequin on it. Oh god, I think I'm going to have a Roxy moment. Sequins? Sequins! I'm having a Roxy moment right there. Anyway, so what Randall did when he went back to camp during the story in this book is that he butched himself up. And by butched, I meant he lost a lot of weight. He cut his hair short, like buzz cut. Imagine buzz cut. And by losing weight, he did work out a lot. So he toned himself, I guess you could say that. He got abs now, he's got chest. Everything that Hudson Aronson Lim wants, or let's just call him Hudson. Because Hudson prefers mask for mask, or masculine men, or masculine boys if you want, because they're just teenagers here. Cause they're teenagers. Yeah, I'm reading about teenagers. Long story short, Randy butched himself up. He even changed his entire wardrobe just so he could get Hudson's attention. And on the first day of camp, he even changed his nickname. So he went from Randy to asking his friends and everyone else at the camp to call him Del. Because it's a masculine name for him. Because he thinks it's a masculine name. But I don't think it's a masculine name, actually. It doesn't feel like a butched up name. But it does for Randall. The other thing that you have to remember is that Hudson has a preference. Again, he only goes for masculinated boys or masculine boys because Randy and his friend George, by the way, who is also effeminate, already stalked one of Hudson's dating profiles, and I don't know if it's Grindr or what. All I know is that it's one of his dating profiles, and it says that he prefers mask for mask. And they already have noticed during the past years that they've been going to camp that Hudson always do go for masculine guys. And the other thing that you have to remember with Hudson is that for those 4 weeks that they stay at camp, for the first 2 weeks, Hudson flirts with a masculine boy, or his target rather. So for the first week, there's a lot of flirting and a lot of snogging. I said snogging. Oh my gosh, I sound so British right now. Snogging. And by the end of the second week, they go to this special place in one of the obstacle courses to have sex. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. And after this last day of the second week, Hudson actually breaks up with the boys he flirts with. And that's one of the puzzles that Randy hasn't figured out yet. Because he doesn't know how Hudson makes friends with his exes. I mean, after they break up, they remain friends. And his exes don't have any untoward feelings with Hudson. So, it's a puzzle still for Randall. So Randy came up with the plan of making Hudson fall for him, and he's got his friends to stick out with his plan. Because again, part of his plan is to make sure that he is just not another 2-week fling. So it did turn out that way, and in the middle of the book, they eventually started dating and calling themselves boyfriends. And actually, that's one of the things that I don't like about this book. Because again, I'm a sucker for a slow burn romance. So I prefer kissing to be at the end of the book, not in the middle. Because when I read that Hudson and Randy kissed in the middle of the book, or not yet in the middle of the book, I just know that things would be fucked up by the end of it. And I got a little bit anxious because in my head, I was like, oh god, this is going to be a disaster. Oh god, this is going to be a lot of teenage drama. And I'm here for it, girl. I'm here for the drama. But the thing is, they kissed already. So I know that throughout the rest of the book, there's going to be a lot of heartaches. A lot of swirling emotions. So they started going out and they almost had sex before the middle of the book. And Randy did make Hudson fall in love with him. So the big question here now is, would they stay boyfriends at the end of the book? So if you guys are curious if they're going to be ending up with each other at the end, you guys have to read this. And before I forget, there is a reason Hudson prefers masculine men. And all I'm just going to say is that it's because of his parents. That's all I'm going to say. There is a backstory behind Hudson's toxic masculinity. In other words, he doesn't like effeminate boys like Randy or Randall. That's why Randall emasculinated himself for Hudson. And if you guys want to find out the backstory, again, you guys have to read this book. It's such a perfect spring/summer read. With all of that said, and I guess I've been yammering for quite a while now, and I'm so sorry, because I just love this book. So I'm going to give this book 8 out of 10 stars. Again, it's such a good book, it's so fun, and it doesn't discriminate other kinds of queer people, but it represents them beautifully. It's such a fun, diverse read. So read Camp by Elsie Rosen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book review video of mine. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at Raimskie Reads, and Twitter with the same handle. Again, this is Raimskie asking you guys to please hunt, discover, and read those queer books. Queer out.